The Parks and Recreation Committee meeting for the Bellingham City Council. I'm Chair Roxanne Murphy, and I am joined by Councilmember Weiss and Councilmember Vargas, who are also on the committee. We have one agenda item today, and it's a resolution authorizing the city to apply for a grant to develop the Squalicum Creek Beta Baker Trail. So the Parks and Recreation Department is requesting that Council authorizes the mayor to apply for the Washington Wildlife and Recreation Program grant. If we get this award, it would include a project to create a multi-use trail on Old Railroad Grade from Orchard Place to Iron Gate Road within the Squalicum Creek corridor. If we're successful in getting these funds, we hope to begin construction on this sometime in the second half of 2018. Also, it's good to note that we would be able to match funding for this from Greenway and park impact fees. And we have James King from our Parks and Recreation Department here today. James, please fill us in.
Good afternoon. So you did a nice introduction, and I'm going to turn it over to Leslie, who has some of the visuals that are in the packet so that people can see what we're talking about.
So in your packet, we have a graphic that shows the trail project for which we're applying for. And as part of our grant package due first, we have a resolution for the City Council authorizing the mayor grant. So this is a project we've been working on for a while. We've given Council several updates. It's part of the Squalicum corridor, which also includes the whole project area, also includes the Orchard Drive extension and the reroute of Squalicum Creek. The grant is just for the trail project between Orchard Place and Iron Gate, or the area that's shown in the red dashed on the graphic. And we're applying now. When you adopted our Park Recreation and Open Space Plan earlier this year, it was for this very purpose, that we would then be eligible to apply for these grants. This opportunity 2 years. It follows the state biennial grant, biennial budget process, so it's only every other year. If we apply the funds in 2015, if we got the funding, it's a fairly complex, a very competitive process. We apply for 50% estimate project about $1.5 million.
So committee members, questions?
So Leslie, are there other projects that were on the short list of ones that wanted to afford side of this?
We have to apply for projects that are fairly well designed in order to be competitive. This is the only project we in Washington grant for this year. There are other programs that we may also apply for, but this is what we're looking at for this particular program.
Applied for multiple projects one cycle in the past, right?
We can, yeah. So local parks and trails are the two main ones in the category we apply for. But again, you have to have a project that's pretty well designed and pretty close to being ready to construct. They've gotten much stricter on how long you can keep the grants, money out the door, and spent in a timely manner. So we have to apply for projects that we're actively working on. So we balance this against the corridor downstream, for example, where we're still trying to purchase from the railroad, but we haven't done any design work or work on any of the permits for that. So I feel like that was a good one to apply for. Whereas this one, we're moving along in our design and permitting, and we'll be coming back to you soon with an update on the entire corridor and the status of the design of the project.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One other question I had for you. Is the master plan so that there will be an actual loop trail around Sunset Pond?
Yes, but it won't probably loop around close to the shoreline. What we're proposing, and I'll get the what we're proposing is the trail would continue up here and connect up, and this would be the loop.
Okay.
Rather than this.
And
Because this will end up being in or underwater. So the loop would come up to Iron Gate and do this.
Okay. Well, in doing that, will that be able to be done without having to have CAO problems, conflicts?
All of this, we're planning to construct the bridge over this creek when the creek goes in. We're going to permit, we're designing that now. I'm going to permit it at the same time. That's why we're not including this connection in the grant, because we may want to build this before we get the funds to build all of this. So if the creek project is built in 2015, we want to be able to build this crossing then, so we're not subject to that. We will already probably have some critical area issues with this area that won't be impacted by the creek reroute.
So we're going to have to face that anyway?
We're going to have to face that for this connection. But we haven't done a lot of design and study of this area because we've really been trying to focus on this connection first.
Okay. Move to recommend approval.
Okay, we have a motion to recommend approval for the resolution to apply for this grant. Will all those please say aye who are in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? We will bring this recommendation forward tonight, and that concludes this.